When you show terrorism looming on your head, then you understand the value of humanity. And also you understand and you appreciate the struggle, survival, and success of this community. 100% educated ethnic community. And where is this wisdom coming from? So my deep research, I realized this is the DNA of Saraswati. So much of focus, not only on education, but to music, culture, values, food. Every single house I went to interview, even in Jammu, very lower middle class people also. They always serve, Rakeshji, correct me if I'm going wrong, they told me there should be 7 or 9 colors, on the table. So I think I have a feeling 9, that's what I remember. So they have so many dishes with different colors and aromas and all that. It very rarely happens, So I realized that very strong values of education and wisdom is coming. And that gave me a very strong sur, as we call it, to speak in America. And I spoke about Shiva and Saraswati. If you listen to all my speeches at Harvard Club and all the universities, I've spoken about the concept of oneness. The entire philosophy of Advaita and Shaivism, which is about oneness, that's what I spoke about. And people understood that we are not against anybody. We are only against terrorism, and we want justice to start with acknowledging that genocide took place. And I have to tell you, we were extremely successful in that. All the credit goes to all the volunteers, people, GKPD and all other organizations, Rakeshji, Surendraji, so many people, I can't even name them. And you will be delighted to know that all the supporters and fans and the audience, people who watch this movie in US, they contributed, donated money, and they put up a huge billboard at the Times Square on the 26th of January, the same place where Free Kashmir campaign billboards were put up, almost the same place. Where in the history of cinema something like this has happened? Never. Which means the film started working like a soft power in USA. And then came India. India, there was zero budget for marketing. Zero, when I say it means zero. I guarantee you have not seen one newspaper ad or one radio ad or TV ad or billboard or hoarding, nothing, absolutely nothing. So I love to walk and move on and just go from places to places, show it to 10 people, 15 people, 20 people, because I have great belief that if people connect with something, then they own the film. And we always said it's people's film because it's everybody's problem. Genocide is not just Kashmir's problem, it's India's problem. It's humanity's problem. It's everybody who breathes on this earth planet, it's his or her problem. So in India also, we did the same thing. We started showing it to people. And slowly, this great word of mouth started exchanging between India and the global audience. And in no time, within 2 days, Friday it released with 60 shows overseas. And in no time, within 2 or 3 days, it became almost 1,000. And that happened because the demand started coming from the countries where never ever a Hindi film released. Norway, Helsinki, Finland, Mozambique, these kind of places, Luxembourg, Estonia, there are only 250 Indians. And some 700-800 people saw the film within 2 days on the weekend, which means who was seeing it? If Indians had 200-250, even if they were doing repeat show next day, still there were 200-300 more counts than that. So slowly it started. By this time, everybody had underestimated us. The entire, there is one group which believes in humanity, which says justice should be done. The other group is which justifies terrorism. So the other group which justifies terrorism had actually underestimated. Thank God they did it. So first few days, 7, 8, 10 days, they did not even bother. They thought, okay, maybe it's a phenomenon, it will die. But then they realized that everybody is talking about it. All the stars in Bollywood, they didn't care about the film, but when they were going to promote their own film, media was asking them about the Kashmir Files. So people had to take notice. And this happened because people owned the film. And people owned the film doesn't mean it's a physical object that people went and owned it. People owned an idea. And the idea here was that terrorism is the biggest enemy of humanity. And I must give credit, forget media right now, because what media says is something else. But the common people were talking about the film, they were talking about empathy, they were crying. This became the first film which was seen in pin drop silence all over the world. Today, I was sitting with somebody who came from San Francisco, and he was saying, this is the first film I have ever seen. For 3 hours, people watched it in pin drop silence, which means people give it due respect. People became part of that sorrow. People connected with that sorrow. And that's why I always keep writing that this film is uniting Indians. And when I say Indians, so many Buddhists, so many Christians, and thousands of Sikhs, they write to me, they meet me, and they tell me, we never felt so united as we do now. So sometimes people get united in pain.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.